Well, good Wednesday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up those football gods. I'm getting confused here because we do have football gods that are up there as well. We have Bob Lilly as well as Randy White on the truck. We've got four members of the Doomsday defense there. We've got the football gods here. And we've got Tom Landry, autograph football, the Zeppelin fan. And I got to agree with my wife. And I can't believe I'm actually going to say this. My wife is always like, you have great stuff, but you got too much. It's like you can't see the forest because of the trees. And it's a matter of, where am I going to put everything? And this is just a small bit of it. And it's like, I really need to almost start a Dallas Cowboys museum here. Somebody once joked saying that this is the Smithsonian of the Cowboys. It's becoming that way. So, I'm going to ask your guys' opinion. I'm leery of putting this football here because this is pre-1970s football. I got the UV case and stuff on there, but I'm still scared about leaving it on the desk. So I'm trying to figure out if I should put it up here in one of the slots, like maybe it should be right up here so that way it's Tom Landry looking down on all of us. Maybe that is the thing. But then I've got the Doomsday defense along with the truck. I'm going to have to rearrange all this stuff. Yeah. But the thing is, everything means something to me. That's the hard part about this. You know, it's like having kids. You love all your kids. You don't love any more than the others. But, yeah, I guess I'm complaining about something that I'm blessed to actually have. So let me just shut up. Hope you guys are doing great here as the Dallas Cowboys wind down Oxnard. It's unbelievable that training camp is over and that we literally sit here 29 days, 8 hours, 50 minutes, and 10 seconds away from kickoff against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're under a month until the season opener. Wow. Come Friday night, we'll be doing our live stream, which will roll right into game watch party, live stream reaction. So I hope you guys will tune in, get your popcorn ready because that's going to be about 4 hours of time. We'll see who we're going to see out there. So last night we had Hard Knocks premiere. I want to get your guys' thoughts on if you liked it, didn't like it. Did it show the Cowboys in good light? Is it a distraction for the team? What do you feel from last night? I personally felt like I learned a few things. The thing I definitely want to take away from this is we learned a bit about Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott seems to have evolved quite a bit. I think him being out for the first time and not able to play is a game changer. You could see the sense of urgency from him. And I dare say the sense of urgency goes throughout the organization right now, that there is a lot of people that realize we have to perform. And that starts from the top with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, who says, Dave, I'll call you back, who says that he'd do anything, write any check, hell, hire a GM, whatever it takes to win a Super Bowl. And you can see the sadness and the pain and the hunger in his face and the way he puts that salt on his McGriddle. I mean, who puts salt on a McGriddle? Salt is sweet. Salt is okay. But then again, they do put salt in chocolate. So I guess I just shut up. Just shut up, Mark. But you see that sense of urgency with Dak Prescott as well. And watching Hard Knocks, I don't know if this was done because they know the cameras are watching on HBO and I want to make sure I get my little extra dig in. But I think that was actually real, that Dak Prescott did not want to come out of practice. I mean, literally, the quote, "I'm not coming out this bitch I sat out last year's enough." He is chomping at the bits and fired up to go ahead and prove all the naysayers, to the point of Dan Orlowski saying, "Damn, I think I need to root for this guy." Makes me want to root for this guy. And he literally was throwing with, you would think that there was games at the way he was throwing that football. I mean, that ball, I mean, they used to say that the football would hum when Brett Favre threw it. That football was humming on those passes. And I believe that with the time off of healing and not being able to get out there, that he is just ready to just release the Kraken. Okay, he's just ready to just go all out. He's ready to destroy some shit. And maybe before the body was completely ready, which is why that arm was sore. But even with that arm sore, usually when a guy gets injured, they're kind of, hey, I'm a quarterback, I'm taking it. No, he's out there doing anything and everything he can. He's running the drills, just not throwing the football. He's out there playing D-back. I mean, he's doing everything. He is truly a gym rat. The other part of this is I'm a bit confused, because when they were talking to him and they showed the scar on the leg, he said 2 surgeries. Now, we know about the initial bone surgery to set the leg. We know about them going back in because, my buddy Philip told me about the clean out on his ankle. But I'm trying to understand, does that mean there were 3 surgeries? Because he said that nobody knew about. So were there 2 surgeries or 3 surgeries? I'm kind of confused on that one. Okay, it's easy to confuse me. I am old, and I can't do those shell game things. Okay, because I get confused too easy. It's like I'm trying to follow the ball and all that. They get me every time. So did Dak have 2 surgeries or 3? That is the question. But it doesn't matter, because the ankle's not the problem right now. The problem, of course, is the shoulder, in which case yesterday he was out throwing about 30 passes, and as well as Amari Cooper getting out on the field. So the Cowboys are getting healthy at the right time, and I'm really ecstatic about that. The other part that I truly love is, and this goes back to desire of guys that are gym rats, guys that just love football. That's Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons in the Hall of Fame preseason game, who got that series in there and stuff, and he's ready to go for another one. And Dan Quinn being able to settle him down, control, keep him focused at the real goal. I think we may have lucked out in getting a defensive coordinator in Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is truly a teacher of men. And I think that these guys are buying into him, because you want to have a coach that you will run through a brick wall through. You can have great players, but if they're not motivated to perform, it's not going to work. You can see Dan Quinn, micro, you did good here, that's okay, but you need to do this. The other part of this is Vander Esch being that guy who is trying to also teach and let them know, hey, we love the aggression, we love the desire, we love the ability, but you got to also understand that you got to play under control too, so you don't make mistakes. All in all, I think that this was actually really, really a great show. I think that this was, and of course I'm biased, that this was one of the better Hard Knocks that I've seen. As I compare to the first one last year, where we're dealing with COVID and having 2 teams on there, it was hard to focus on this. You know, when you were watching it, you're just like, okay, that was good. It's done. It's over with. You know, I'm excited because, you know, now we got some football stories and stuff going on and everything else, and you went to bed. This, you watched, and it was like, damn, is it already over? It's going to be interesting to see where this team goes as they go through the ups and downs. But the thing that I can say that I believe, and I may be wrong, and this is what I learned. I learned so much from being at the Hall of Fame. When I think about Cliff Harris and Charlie Waters going into the business together, I think about Drew Pearson and his relationship with Roger Staubach. I think about Dorsett and all of those guys. Those guys were beyond just teammates. They were family. And it carried on after the game. And I feel like this is what's beginning to happen with this team. When you see them with Lyle Collins talking about, you know, protecting his quarterback, when you see the fire and the desire from Dak Prescott of wanting to get out there and be with his teammates and saying, I'm not coming out this bitch. I sat out last year enough. This is becoming a tight-knit group. We'll see if that leads to success. But when you've got guys that are beyond just, I'm trying to get my big fat paycheck, that they are playing for their teammates, and we have so many guys that are trying to make amends, from Dak Prescott for being for the first time in his career having to watch his team and being helpless, to Zeke Elliott, who has been trashed, and trying to make amends for that. For Mike McCarthy of trying to get out from under the shadow of Aaron Rodgers. To Randy Gregory, who trying to show everybody his ability now that he doesn't have the disciplinary issues there. To Micah Parsons trying to #1 pick. To CeeDee Lamb saying, hey, I'm part of that legacy of the 88. Tyron Smith, I'm not done yet. I'm still one of the best tackles in football. Storylines just go on. And the motivation is truly there for everybody to succeed. And with that comes the work behind it to get there. Hold on to your hats, guys. Hold on to your hats. You know how we roll here, guys.
Watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the show for the Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is